Zazubaar, and welcome to this week's exciting edition of the Demons from Outer Space.
Woo.
Joining me, as always, is Dylan McCandless.
Hello, everybody.
Isn't this edition going to be exciting, Dylan? Exciting things happening?
Oh, I'm excited. Not really.
As you always dictate with your exciting voice.
Oh, yes. Listen to how excited I am. Everything's so exciting to me.
I'm excited. Aren't you guys excited?
Can't you tell by the genuine tone of my voice how excited I am about this?
Look, take a good long look at my face. Do I look excited?
Yes, look at my disembodied voice.
Look at it and scan it thoroughly and tell me, am I excited?
And don't give me none of that I can't see voices shit. Find a way.
Everybody can see voices. You're such a fucking liar.
Precisely. You just don't want to do the work, okay?
You're just a lazy fuck. I'm so sick of how this guy giving a shit.
I know.
How lazy
look at this
he
guy,
is.
look at this guy. You know what? Have you ever considered that maybe everybody else can see voices and you're the one with the problem? Have you ever considered that maybe you're the jackass here? Have you ever thought of that?
Maybe you're the fucking idiot and maybe everybody else is just genius and you're just a fucking lazy, ungifted fuck who's gonna die alone.
Maybe there's something wrong with you, good sir.
How big is your cock? Tell me how big your cock is.
Not sure how this is pertinent, but yes, tell Bill.
How big his cock is.
Who are we?
I want to know.
Who are we even talking to?
12 inches? Please, bitch, please.
Have you ever considered that maybe everyone else is 13? Have you ever thought about
You thought maybe your dick is small? We're talking to Liam Neeson. It's the big plot twist of the movie. It's like fucking, what's a good example of this?
Oh, it's a movie now.
It's yes. Coming this summer, two podcasters talk to a nondescript listener who turns out to be none other than Liam Neeson.
And the president is a duck?
Rob Schneider is the duck in the Demons from Outer Space movie.
And he's about to find out that being a duck isn't all it's quacked up to be.
Oh, that shouldn't have made me laugh as hard as it was. We set that one up so well. We were almost like real comedians there for a second.
I know. It was almost like we were funny or something.
Jesus, who would have thunk it?
Praise Black Jesus.
Fuck you. Praise Asian Jesus. Black Jesus is so fucking overdone.
No,
Praise
man.
Asian. Have you ever seen Asian Jesus? There's this.
No, man. I've seen Korean Jesus in 21 Jump Street, but I mean.
That's Asian Jesus.
Yeah, he's Asian. He's busy.
He's not allowed to be Asian? Are you fucking racist or something?
He's Asian, you know, and he's busy, you know, with Korean shit.
He's busy. He's too busy to be Asian. That might be racist, I'm not sure.
He's a secret Asian man.
Secret Asian man.
Every time I hear that song, I think that's what he's saying.
Let me just put this on the record. I never once in my life thought that that's what that guy was singing. I always knew it was Secret Asian man.
The first time I heard
I'm not orally retarded.
The first time I heard it, and I was like 5, I thought he said Asian. And ever since then...
That song 5?
Yeah. And ever since then...
I guess I did too.
And ever since then, even though I know it's Asian, I guess it's just ingrained in my brain that when I hear that song, I think Asian.
Do you have any other examples of this, where you hear a song and you're like, oh, that's what they're saying?
No.
To me, it's Notorious, but instead I sing Victorious. But I think it goes Notorious. Notorious. I don't think it's a Victorious, and I'm not a rap guy, so I wouldn't know. It's Biggie Smalls, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have a cousin who used to think that the song Tiny Dancer by Elton John was saying Tony Danza.
That sounds like a Weird Al song. Tony Danza.
Yeah.
Hey! What's going on?
Yeah.
Tony
She literally thought that Elton John was singing Hold Me Close, Tony Danza, which, I mean, you know.
Well, John would do that. So.
He would, yes.
Tony Danza was a pretty man back in the day.
Bill thinks Tony Danza is pretty. Spread the word.
If you like that sort of thing, if you like a Brooklyn Italian man, he wasn't bad looking.
He starts with Brooklyn. That's where Bill started that dialogue. If you like people from Brooklyn, you know.
Which I can understand why you wouldn't.
Never mind.
But if you do, if you're one of those rare few, consider this Italian 80s icon for your potential date tonight, ladies. He's at like a fucking bachelor like auction.
Bill Dance.
You know those charity auctions for like bachelors? Like, hey, win a date with this guy.
Yeah.
Tony Dan's so desperate that now he's doing those.
Bill just dances around the elephant in the room of the fact that he just called a man pretty, and he's like, if you like that sort of, you know, the Brooklyn thing, you know.
Am I not allowed to appreciate the beauty of other men?
No, we're on the East Coast.
That sounds like the gayest thing I've ever said.
As we would tell Andres in this situation, we're on the East Coast.
Right, I'm sorry. No homo.
No homo.
No homo. No homo. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but...
The intention of his statement was purely in a platonic fashion.
Indeed, indeed. And while we backpedal some more, Dylan, today something was released that wasn't Liam Neeson's cock. I would have been more excited if that would have happened. This was something a little bit more kid-friendly.
Liam Neeson didn't unzip his pants and say, "Release the Kraken!" No.
Release the Kraken! Who do you think said that in a more badass way, Liam Neeson or the original guy? Who was the original guy?
I should know this.
I should know this too. I know he's a big actor, but I don't remember his name. I'm gonna look this up, and then when I hear it, I'm like, oh, we'll hear it. I'm gonna read it.
I'm partial.
I'm like, oh, I should have known that.
I am completely partial to the original, so I'm gonna say that guy.
Really? Oh, Liam Neeson is so much cooler. The original guy was like, release the Kraken. I don't know why he's being played by
Harrison Ford. He's being played by old, confused Harrison Ford from the Oscars.
He's being played by Harrison Ford when he was playing Uncharted 3 on that commercial where he was like,
release the Kraken. Oh, it's Laurence Olivier.
Oh, is it? I knew that. I didn't want to say that, though, out of fear of sounding like an idiot. So I didn't say it.
Why couldn't we remember Laurence Olivier?
Not that has stopped me before.
It's Laurence Olivier, and he's a badass.
He is a badass, but Liam Neeson says like he's about to choke a bitch, which he is. He's about to choke.
See, that's the reason. He's the modern sort of badass. Laurence Olivier is the classic sort of enigmatic. I don't look all that threatening, but you know I could kick your ass.
He's the Kraken. I'm really intimidating. I'm not mocking Laurence Olivier, by the way.
Yes, I am most old and stuffy. Yes, fear me.
Release the Kraken in your own time. You know what to do it now.
Release the Kraken.
Yeah, release it. You know what? We'll take my back pills first. Oh God, hard time swallowing. Give me the water. Oh. All right. Oh wait, I'm gonna take a nap first.
Somebody's like, Laurence Olivier, you seem like more of a pussy today than usual. Oh, I'm sorry. My left testicle is busy playing the boulder in Indiana Jones.
That was that year, wasn't it? It was 81, right?
Yeah, actually.
That's amazing. Wow, that worked. That lined up so well.
I did not intend.
Can you believe Clash of the Titans came out the same year as Terminator? I can't believe that.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. They were both 81.
Terminator's 84.
No, you're wrong. You're definitely wrong.
I am not wrong. Look it up.
No, you're definitely wrong.
Look it up.
We'll look it up now, and you're going to be wrong. You're going to be embarrassed.
You're going to be wrong. It's going to be the Trunks thing all over again.
No, the Trunks thing was a matter of opinion.
The Trunks thing is not a matter of opinion.
It is a matter of opinion, Dylan. And I am... Oh, fuck, you're right. That was 84?
Yes, Terminator is 84.
I thought it was 81.
Because then 3 years later, he was in Predator. This is how I remember these things.
What an interesting way to remember that. So Clash was 81. All right, that makes sense. But still, 3 years apart. Those are movies that look like they should be separated by like 10 years or 20 years even.
Well, it's different in the type of special effects. Harryhausen was still using the same techniques that he had been using since the 60s.
Yeah, but Terminator has stop motion in it as well. And even then, I think it's just a difference in tone.
Yeah, and the parts that are stop motion have that sort of jerky quality to them that you would expect from Harryhausen.
Right, no, but even then they're a little different. Like I don't know, I think this is like, to me there's this line between classic film and modern film, and to me it comes in at like 1981. To me, 1981 is the start of modern film.
Well, then that's the reason. Clash of the Titans came out when that was new, and Terminator, your modern film, or at least your definition of modern film, had been going on for several years by that point. So naturally, it's a big difference. It's a big.
To you, what's modern film? Where does that year start for you?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because to me, it's like there's this tone of film. There's this modern way of making a movie and a modern way a movie is presented. Maybe it's just because of I think part of it's the generation I grew up in.
You know what? I think I would put it a little bit earlier than you. I would say that it probably starts to take shape in the 70s.
I will agree with you, but I don't think it's totally cemented until movies like Terminator and Raiders of the Lost Ark, which a lot of people consider classics, but different.
Yeah, I think the best example of it starting in the 70s, I think I would say 77 just because of Star Wars.
Yeah, but Star Wars
is kind of in between. I'll give you that.
You're absolutely right. It's a transition movie. I totally agree with you. To me, one of the earliest is Alien. Alien is such a modern movie to me.
Yeah.
Alien, and it's weird though because stuff like Superman isn't.
Because you've got this weird period, and Clash of the Titans falls into this, obviously, where you have people like Harryhausen making films the good old-fashioned way, and you get the new stuff.
Right, exactly. And the new stuff is really popular, and the classic way is kind of falling out of fashion. I think part of this is also generational, because my parents were movie watchers of this period, so these are the movies that they exposed me to as a child.
Yeah.
And more than that, this is just where my generation was still thinking at the time.
Right.
So, obviously we're going to have a different definition of modern than, like, say, a 12-year-old would. I think a 12-year-old would be like, I don't know, 2007?
Yeah.
Wait, what? No, a 12-year-old doesn't sound like that.
I hate children.
Fuck kids, man. We should just reproduce asexually.
Watching Forrest Gump one day, my little cousin's like, this movie came out in 94, it's so old. And I'm like, hey, I came out in 94.
See, he's calling us old, man. I don't appreciate that. I'm a young, strapping man.
I mean, I guess films do age quicker than human beings.
Oh, my back hurts.
I'm sure, yes, films do age quicker than human beings, but the 90s is not old.
No! Well, to us, again, it's all generational. Like to me, the 80s isn't that old.
No.
But to kids, it's like the 80s is like... To people who are old, some people who are older than me, the 80s is old. And I'm like, not really.
I recently heard a child say, what was the 80s? Was that the hippies? And I'm like, no.
You bitch!
That was 20 years before that, you stupid little cunt.
Get your generations right! Hippies were the 70s.
I'm like, are they putting something in the water that are making children progressively more stupid as time goes on?
Actually, it's kind of the opposite. No, that's not stupidity. That's just ignorance, and there's a difference.
Okay, fine.
There's really good evidence supporting that children are getting smarter.
Well, they're more technological, but who doesn't know what the 80s are?
But again, that's a knowledge thing. There's a difference between intelligence and knowledge.
I think
they're becoming more intelligent.
I think it's hard for me to judge on this because I was an intelligent child, and then I look at children who are average, and I'm like, what's wrong with you?
That sounds so arrogant.
I'm gonna put you in a camp.
Now you just sound like Adam. No, I was in accelerated classes, but I looked at people and I was like, I wish I could be stupid like you guys.
It's kind of like how it's hard for me to judge like how tall somebody is being a tall person. Like
yeah, exactly.
I'm like they're short, and other people are like they're not that short.
Yeah, like average to us is like that's fucking puny, and then midgets are like that's a person.
Midgets amuse me.
We had this conversation last night. I don't know if it was on recording. Was it with you where I was like, they should give every single sick person a midget?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Because they're just so fucking awesome. They're so cute and shit.
They're God's little...
Give every sick person an Ewok.
They're God's little punchlines.
It's true. And I think that most of them would agree with that.
Yeah.
Isn't that a good thing?
I don't think midgets are opposed to people finding them hilarious.
We need a good midget action hero. Oh, we kind of had that. We have Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones. He's a badass. We need
a movie midget action hero though. We need the Schwarzenegger of midgets.
Well, I mean, we got Peter Dinklage playing
Schwarzenegger,
playing the villain in X-Men: Days of Future Past. Maybe that'll do it.
And no, America, I refuse to call them little people.
No, that sounds demeaning. Midget is like fuck, man, there's a midget.
Yeah, I don't understand that because little person sounds worse to me. I mean,
yeah, what do you call them? What do you want me to call you?
Because
person, you're not a person. No, I'm
a
kidding.
little person sounds so demeaning. Where it's like, hey, look at that person. Look how little they are. Oh, it's a little person. Midget is just its own thing. Like I never saw it as
midget sounds cynical.
I never saw it as an offensive term. I mean,
well, what do you think is more offensive, dwarf or midget? To me, dwarf sounds more offensive because it just sounds like... To me, midget sounds clinical.
I don't know. Dwarf is pretty badass, though.
Yeah, but dwarfism? It sounds like an illness.
It's like, hey, what are you? I'm a dwarf.
Dylan, do the thing. Do the Gimli line about the women.
The Gimli line about the women?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't I do this last week?
No. Do it again. I don't care. It's hysterical.
I did this recently. Okay. Of course, dwarf women are so similar to dwarf men in size and appearance that it has led that they are often mistaken for dwarf men, and this has led to the assumption that there are no dwarf women, and that dwarves simply spring out of holes in the ground, which is of course ridiculous.
I don't know why that cracks me up so much, but it does. Just the idea of a little dude just saying that shit.
It's not even a little dude; it's John Rhys Davies.
Oh, that's right. You know what I realized recently?
They use forced perspective to make all the people look short. To make the dwarves and the hobbits look shorter than everybody else. It's like dwarves are taller than hobbits, but not as big as humans. That's
right. No, yeah, because Elijah Wood isn't a midget, so that makes sense. Hobbits sounds offensive. Like, if you called a little person a hobbit...
I don't know. See, it's...
I'd be offended by hobbit. Like, dwarf, I'm like, fuck yeah, man, dwarf.
I don't know.
And midget sounds clinical. Like, if you're in a hospital, like, look at that midget, he's sick. Help that midget.
However, if you have an Irish midget, I think hobbit would be less offensive than leprechaun.
Why?
I don't know, because...
Hobbits are... Okay, what's badass about a hobbit? Hobbits don't do shit. What? Leprechauns are rich.
Hobbits are drinkers.
Are they? Aren't dwarves drinkers? I thought hobbits were like, oh, look at me, I'm a little hobbit sitting in the woods with my hair...
The hobbits are all about... The hobbits they're basically the Irish folk of the Tolkien universe because they're all about drinking and having like parties in taverns where everybody's like...
Is that true? I thought they were like the earthly, like, oh, we are the little hobbits protecting the earth or Middle Earth.
No, like seriously, they drink a lot and like they smoke tobacco and shit.
I want to hang out with some hobbits. Let's go hang out with some hobbits.
Hobbits are cool people.
Fuck that. Remember that time we hung out with pirates? Let's go hang out with hobbits.
Let's go hang out with some hobbits. Hanging with the hobbits.
Let's go fucking chill out with hanging out with hobbits.
That's got to be the episode.
That's a podcast. Hanging out with hobbits.
That's the title. Hanging with the hobbits.
Hanging with the hobbits.
We got to get Elijah Wood and Sean Astin and those other two whose names I can never remember.
We get a couple hobbits. We go out. No. I want actual hobbits. I don't want actors playing hobbits. I want dead ass hobbits.
I want to take them to New Zealand to Hobbiton because the Hobbit.
What?
That's the place. The Shire. The sets that they built. They didn't leave them up. They recreated them. You can go to New Zealand and visit the Shire.
Really?
Yes.
That's stupid. No.
They did that for
That's kind of awesome, actually.
Because they tore down the sets after the first set of movies. They recreated it for the Hobbit movies, and now you can just go there and visit it because they left it up.
Okay, I see. All right, that's cool. I'm just like, I don't want to see the Shire. I want Tokyo from Godzilla 54. That's what I want.
Well, then go to Tokyo.
That's not the same thing, Dylan. I want somebody to build another Tokyo, just built to be destroyed. Wouldn't that make sense? Like, what if as a decoy for Godzilla, they build another Tokyo?
This sounds like Odyssey material.
It does. For those of you, this is the first episode you're listening to, which I don't know why you're listening to the first episode of a show with 19 in the title.
Yeah. Why would you do that? Go back and watch episode 1 and listen to us be dumbasses.
Yeah, exactly. And then listen to us be still dumbasses, but slightly more weathered.
Yeah. And later on, you'll hear us bitch about orcas for a while. That'll be fun.
Orcas. Piss pants.
Orca squids.
Orca squids, the combination.
Now hobbits.
Lost skeletons.
Now hobbits.
Hobbits now. We're hanging with hobbits.
Were you had a thought, didn't you? What were you saying to the listeners who were...
Oh, I was just going to say, for those of you who don't know, Godzilla Odyssey is a fan fiction series that Dylan and I are working on.
Yeah.
And that is literally all we're going to say about it this podcast.
Coming at you faster than a Kim Kardashian marriage.
Oh, high five, bro. That was funny.
I can't take credit for that joke. I got it from a billboard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're building a restaurant somewhere in town, and
All right, fine. Godzilla Odyssey is coming, and so are you.
You stole that from me, you dumb jackass. I almost called you a...
But at least that's in our wheelhouse. I can get permission from you to use that. We can.
No, you cannot.
What billboard did you see it on?
What?
What billboard did you see that shit
Well,
on?
it wasn't a billboard. It was one of those, like, it was, you know how you go somewhere into, like, a construction, or you drive by somewhere where they're building something, like a construction site, and they'll have, like, a sign like, this is coming, and
yeah,
they'll give you...
like the Galleria coming soon.
Yeah, they'll give you, like, a date. Sometimes they'll give you a date. Sometimes they'll just say coming soon. They're building a restaurant somewhere around here, and they wrote on there coming sooner than or quicker than a Kim Kardashian marriage.
That's fucking amazing.
I know.
That's hysterical. Oh my god, that guy immediately... Respect. I immediately give that guy respect. That's amazing. Or woman, whoever it be. But anyway, we're going to be tight-lipped about Godzilla Odyssey right now because we're actually working on it, and we want you guys to be surprised.
I mean, you can go listen to the last episode if you want to hear us like come up with the idea, but it has changed quite a bit since then.
Yeah, well, the last episode I find is very much so us like getting to a place where that becomes a thing.
Yeah.
And then we toy with the idea of what that thing is, and then we stopped recording, and we actually came up with what the actual thing is.
Yeah, it's similar to what we came up with then, but it is quite.
But it literally is two guys. Imagine two guys sitting in a writing room, coming up with a pitch, and we pitched it, and now we're no, and we come up with an idea for a pitch, and then we stop, and then we actually came up with the pitch, and now we're actually doing the project.
Yeah.
It's kind of what it is.
It's funny because some of the ideas you came up with in your top 5 not to be Godzilla fights, they're going to be. No. Remember that?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Remember that?
No, wait, 4 of them. All of them, actually.
Really? What were the 5?
Power Rangers.
Oh yeah.
Goku, Gamera, Superman, and Batman. They're all happening.
Well, there you go.
My dream has come true.
You know why? Because we made it happen, Bill. We made it happen.
DFOS made my dreams come true. That's our fucking ad campaign, dude. We're gonna get a little kid, and we're gonna do something for him, and his dreams will come true. What?
We're gonna do something for him.
I don't know. Something charitable. I don't know.
Something charitable.
Give him a lollipop. Like there'll be some. Remember that? You ever hear the stories about like Castro when he was trying to rise to power?
We're gonna give him our autograph.
He's like, who the fuck are you? Don't curse.
We're going to give him a picture of us with Lou Ferrigno. Be like, hey, we know Lou Ferrigno. How do you like that?
And then he's just, you want to take a picture of me? It's an SOS reference. What was I saying?
I don't know.
So yeah, we're going to get a little kid. And do you ever hear those stories of like Castro when he was rising to power? He would go up to kids and be like, pray for a piece of candy. And they would pray to God for a piece of candy. And then he would be like, ask me for a piece of candy. Can I please have a piece of candy? Give him the candy, and he will walk away. And then that immediately, in the minds of children, put the idea that he was God. Like he was higher than God. Because he could give them what they wanted.
My God. That is genius.
It is pretty genius. He's still a dick.
It's way more direct than just, going on a campaign trail and shaking hands and kissing babies.
Obama should have done this. Thanks, Obama.
Why did Obama not kiss babies? No.
I'm pretty sure he did.
That sounds so pedophilic, out of context.
Yeah, do you ever see that movie with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, The Election or whatever it was called?
I was about to say, you want to narrow it down?
What?
You said the movie with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, and I'm like, you want to narrow it down?
You ever see Talladega Nights, Dylan, where they were kissing babies? Oh my God, he did do that in that movie too. Fuck.
He did kiss babies.
Shit.
You just screwed yourself over.
President.
In fact, if he could have in that movie, he would have kissed the baby Jesus.
Yeah, he would have too. Anyway, never mind. I'm sure Obama did it at least once.
I don't know. That's an interesting thing to type into Google. Did Obama ever kiss a baby?
And then horrible, horrible stories made up about our president would come up. Obama, he's getting them babies!
Or are they made up? Dun,
dun, dun!
We find out that Obama...
They're probably made up.
We find out that Obama is, in all actuality, Bill Cosby.
Oh, I'm kissing the baby! Oh! Pudding Pops.
I'm going to run for president with the campaign and the posters and the voting.
And chocolate pudding and Rudy. I'd totally vote for Bill Cosby as president. Because his fucking... Like, him threatening like another, like a dictator would be hysterical. Hey, Kim Jong-un, you better stop threatening us with a nuclear weapon, because otherwise I'm gonna shove Pudding Pop up your anus. You understand me?
We're gonna have a war with the bombing and the soldiers and the dropships.
And the guns and the ships and the roadie.
And the Rambo.
What the fuck is the roadie?
The Rambo.
What is the roadie?
Somebody's like, Rambo's not real, President Cosby. Shut up!
He could be if you eat enough Pudding Pops.
No, it's a little...
Because anything is possible in the power of Pudding Pops.
It's a little kid that comes up to him and it's like, but Mr. President, Rambo's not real. And he's like, kids say the darndest things.
Kids say the darndest things. I think I'm kind of kicking your ass at my Cosby.
A little bit.
My Cosby is at least louder than yours.
I don't get loud, Bill.
What's the loudest you get?
I don't know.
Scream.
I'm not going to scream.
Scream!
I'm not going to scream.
Scream, man! Scream for your life!
I'm not screaming.
Alright, fine. Get mad, Dylan.
I have nothing to get mad about.
I'm gonna get you mad. This is gonna be like a Bruce Banner thing.
This is good.
Remember your childhood, Dylan.
My childhood was fine.
Alright, remember... What's to get you mad? What's to get you mad? What's to get you mad? Dylan, Pacific Rim sucked.
You are objectively wrong.
Never mind. I'm not going to get this kid mad. All right, but you got to make a vow to me. I'm going to make you do it on recording. When we meet, I want you to get loud.
Well, I mean...
In person. When we hang out before we go to G-Fest, I want you to scream.
I'm pretty sure I do get loud in person. I just don't do it.
Well, can you scream?
Can I scream? Like, do I possess the vocal capacity to scream? Yes.
You wouldn't be the first person to say no. Nicole refused to scream for Werewolf of Carl Place.
What?
And she died, too.
She's going to die quietly with dignity, like Superman's mom.
With dignity and grace. You son of a bitch bastard! I'll get you for this!
What did you do to me?
What did you do to me? Oh, Mama! I don't want to live. I do not want to live.
Quiet, dignity, and grace.
Oh, Mama. Yeah. So when I went back and edited it, I had to put in Chrissy's screams from earlier in the movie to her screams because she refused to scream.
I did not notice that.
Go back and rewatch the movie. You'll notice it instantly. And now I've ruined Werewolf of Carl Place for everybody listening. As if that ruins the movie. There's so much more to ruin that movie with.
Based on the reviews, I don't think you have to.
Oh, fuck. It has more likes than dislikes. Not much.
I don't understand why you got panned so bad.
Because people watch and think, oh, I paid money to see this movie.
Like, no, you didn't.
You clicked on a link on YouTube. Get some fucking perspective, jackass.
To a movie which you probably realize was made by a high school student.
Right. I mean, there's a thing at the end of the movie that says, without the help of this high school, I couldn't have made this movie. People are like, that must mean he spent money and expect me to spend money to watch this movie. I should shit on him. Right?
It's not like money goes out of your bank.
Lester, shut up and go to bed. Shut up, man.
It's not like money goes out of your bank account whenever you click on something on YouTube.
And if it does, why am I not seeing any of that money?
Because YouTube is a bunch of dicks.
Apparently they are advertising on my video, which is bullshit.
They're advertising on your video?
I guess that's why people think I'm making money off of it, which I'm not. It's
Well, you need to just contact YouTube and be like, hey, you're advertising on my video. Give me money.
Yeah, totally.
I demand money.
Well, I can't because it's got copyrighted shit in it.
I demand vast sums of Well, then YouTube shouldn't be able to either.
I don't understand it either. I think the idea is that their advertising goes hand in hand with certain songs and shit. So, like "Hungry for the Wolf" as an example. Maybe on that clip I used, they are advertising something, and that advertisement is now on my video. Maybe that's their way of getting around taking stuff down for copyright.
They've never had any trouble getting around that before.
I don't know, dude.
In fact, they seem to relish it. They seem to enjoy ruining the lives of...
Because they're masochistic fucks.
They seem to enjoy ruining the lives of young YouTubers making Dragon Ball Z miniseries.
You sound personally connected to this, Dylan. What could you be getting at?
I don't know. It's almost as...
A guy I know who knows another guy.
At least he's not bitter.
Not at all, Dylan. Not at all. So, Dylan, what's your feelings on YouTube? Fuck them! Not bitter at all.
Not bitter at all.
Not bitter in the slightest.
Obviously, I'm not bitter enough to stop using their service, so...
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody could be. I mean, what are you going to do without YouTube? Right? I mean, like, what would we be doing right now? We wouldn't have met if it weren't because of YouTube. Dylan's like, oh, don't even fucking tempt me with that blessing. I'm like, what do you mean, Dylan? What do you mean?
You say that, and my next response is, damn you, YouTube! You blew it up!
You blew it up! You made me meet this fat fuck from New York who annoys the shit out of me.
Soylent Green is people!
What?
I said Soylent Green is people. Anyway.
Now I'm going to Chief Fest with this fuck. All because of you.
Dogs and cats living together.
I don't want to live. But yeah.
Apocalypse with the death and the destruction.
Hi, Hoy, with the death and the destruction and the fucking kids who can't walk.
Kids who can't walk.
Jerry Lewis. It's my Jerry Lewis impression. Oh, Ian Dylan, so you know, you're talking about the apocalypse, and you don't understand that there are kids who can't walk. So, the apocalypse has already happened.
It sounds like that chick that was like, I think people need maps. It's an answer that has nothing to do with the question.
I personally believe that some Americans in Zimbabwe can't read maps. So, if they can get maps, they can use maps.
Because there are Americans in Zimbabwe.
Who can't read maps.
You wouldn't even be in Zimbabwe.
If they can't understand maps, how the fuck did they get to Zimbabwe?
Americans are not born in Zimbabwe.
They could be, Dylan. They're not limited by your prejudice.
No, they can't be, because you have to be born here to be a citizen. And then if you move here, you have to go through this whole process. It's a big pain in the ass.
Alright. Dream killer.
I'm so sorry to kill the dreams of the American Zimbabwe.
Well, I mean, it's possible if you're an American and moved to Zimbabwe. You don't have to be born there. Like, what if you just moved there?
Well, then you would need to understand maps.
So Americans in Zimbabwe can't read maps.
No, that's the...
Can't read maps.
If you're going to move to Zimbabwe, then obviously you have to understand maps. So it goes all back to the same thing. If you can't understand a map, you can't be in Zimbabwe.
Where does this all come down to? People are fucking stupid.
If there are any Zimbabwe Americans in the audience tonight and we have offended you, please message us because I find that friggin' hilarious. No.
That you have come to the point where you're offended by two white dudes sitting on a podcast with 300 viewers a week who fucking talk shit about you. Like, if you're offended by that, I want to know about it.
300 viewers a week? We have that many? Wow.
Yeah. Not this episode, because this episode sucks, but...
This episode sucks so bad. Oh my god. Why am I here?
No.
Why am I here?
I don't know, dude. I don't know why we do this every week. We should just stop.
This show es mucho homo. No.
This show is why we don't get any pussy. We could be getting so much pussy if it wasn't for the show.
Yeah, because we were getting so much before this. I mean, God, I mean, when we started doing...
Speak for yourself, Dylan.
When we started doing this show, it's when it all just stopped, you know.
Oh, that's when the drought started, man. It was like that drought they're having in Cali right now. Oh, major pussy drought.
Major pussy drought.
Not even a major pussy drought. It's like a wasteland.
Oh, boy.
Buzzards are flying overhead, about to sweep down and kill my balls. Anyway, why the fuck were we talking about this?
I don't remember.
Did we even get to the TMNT thing yet? I don't even think we said that yet.
No, we were going to talk about that, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
Did we even mention it yet?
No, I don't think so. That was the whole purpose of this whole thing, though.
I seem to remember you saying something. Yeah, I seem to remember you saying something just came out.
Yeah, and I said it wasn't Liam Neeson's cock. Okay.
Right, and then we got off on this big...
Well, if I would have said that, it actually could have been Jeff Gordon, who just came out as gay.
Because I remember how this happens. It was that, and then you said the thing about Liam Neeson's cock, and that's how we got on the Clash of the Titans. Wait.
And then that all led to dwarves.
Dwarves.
As if they spring up from the ground.
Yeah, John Rhys Davies, and then wow, well, this conversation is impressive.
Why? This is an impressive piece of conversation here.
The sheer idiocy is just astounding.
Oh God. So basically, we're all building with this is the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer came out today.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about it because we got nothing better to do.
So, Bill.
How many times did you watch it?
Bill.
How many times did you truck your way through that thing?
Oh, just the once.
Oh, I watched it like 3 or 4 times.
Bill, here's my question to you. How did you like
What?
the trailer?
Well, I like turtles. So therefore I like this. Why the fuck didn't I pull out the meme? I have the meme right here ready to go.
Okay, yeah. Okay, you pull that up, and when you tell me when you have it ready, and then we're going to do this joke again. We're going to do a take 2.
Take 2. I will definitely cut this part out.
No, you won't.
Dylan, ask me how I like the movie.
How did you like the trailer, Bill?
I like turtles! It's so less funny when with the build-up like that. Damn it, why didn't I fucking do it before that?
I don't know. Don't cut it out, though, because the idiocy will be funny to the viewers.
Yeah, they'll find our failure hysterical.
They do that.
We're embarrassed. They're like, oh, they're so funny. They're funny men. They make the many ha-has.
One of the reasons Shoe Watch gets so many views is that they make fun of us.
They more make fun of me than you. They don't touch you on that show. They're just crapping on me every episode.
That's true.
You know why? It's because they're scared.
Yeah, that's why.
That's why.
That's why, Bill.
I'm going to keep telling myself that.
Whatever floats your boat.
Whatever rocks your cock.
Oh, Lord. The title of the last episode should have been Rock My Cock.
I know. But I wanted to connect it to the Godzilla thing. So anyway, I came up with the Godzilla.
You know why you did that?
Why?
Because you're a pussy.
Fuck you, Dylan. You're a pussy.
Now we're back to the pussy conversation.
Now we're back to this.
Was that even...
Stop bringing us back to pussy.
Was that even on or off recording?
What pussy conversation? Isn't every conversation we have a pussy conversation?
The conversation where we were talking about how my reasoning behind everything is that the other person was a pussy.
Oh, that was off recording.
Oh.
So now you've just made this entire conversation switch gears again and have alienated everybody listening.
Well,
Tell me, Mr. McCandless, how do you feel?
Well, this is more disturbing than a German bedtime story.
Told by Schultz.
There once was a boy who liked to suck his thumbs. His mother told
Yes,
him
Colonel Hogan. There was a boy who liked to suck his thumbs.
His mother told him to stop, but he did not. So his mother cut off his thumbs. Now he has no thumbs. Good night.
Oh, Colonel Hogan, I see nothing.
And again...
Oh, they cut off my thumbs.
Okay, I can't take credit for that joke. I literally just ripped a cutaway gag from Family Guy, but it was worth it.
Sure you did, because there's no way you came up with that quickly. I know you. That is not in your wheelhouse.
But you know what? I did it. I ripped it off, and I'm proud.
I'm proud of it, man. Don't fuck with me.
I love the ending of that story, because it's like, now he has no thumbs.
You know why you stole that, Dylan? You know why you stole that joke?
Why?
Because you're a pussy.
Damn it.
Slap.
It's even better if you go watch the clip, though, because they drew it like a storybook. It's amazing.
Oh, my God. Is that a real German fairy tale? It sounds like one.
I don't think the story of the boy whose mother cut off his thumbs is a real fairy tale.
It would be. That totally sounds like a real one, though. That would totally happen.
It's almost as unbelievable as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson playing Hercules.
Wait, what? I am Hercules.
Sounds nothing like that.
All right, I'm going to bring this up now before we get into TMNT. Dylan and I had a spat before we started recording tonight about the other new trailer that came out this week for the Dwayne Johnson Hercules movie, which looks big and dumb and stupid and everything you'd want from a Hercules movie.
I'm probably going to watch it because I'm a fan of Greek mythology. I'm probably not going to like it, but it might surprise me. You know.
Probably not, but...
Probably not. Why did Harryhausen never do a Hercules movie?
He did. I think so.
He did?
Well, he did everything else except Hercules.
Exactly. It's like, it seems like it would be so obvious for him to do that.
Well, Perseus and Hercules are basically the same fucking character, so...
No, they're not.
Well, in his version they were.
No, they're not.
What do you mean? Of course they are.
Because Hercules is like, he has super strength, and Perseus is just a good warrior.
So's Hercules.
No, but Hercules is blessed with, like, superhuman strength. Like, that's part of his characterization. Perseus is just a guy who happens to be half god. He doesn't really have any special abilities other than the items given to him by Zeus.
Bullshit. Why can't Perseus have superpowers?
I don't know, Bill. Ask Ray.
Tell me, Dylan.
Ask Ray Harryhausen.
I'm gonna use a fucking Hellboy-esque reliquary and summon him from the dead, like that scene from Hellboy 1, carry him around on my back, go around a video store, and have him explain cinema to me.
He would be the one to do it. Harryhausen, what's the meaning of life? The meaning of life.
Is he British?
The meaning of life is my movies, so you should go watch them.
And spend money on
No, he wasn't.
No, you gotta talk like he's missing a jaw or something.
No, he wasn't British.
You just gave him a British accent, though.
Yeah, because you said something about him being British, and it got stuck in my head.
Well, I was asking you, he wasn't British, right?
Oh, no, I thought you said he was British, right? And I'm like, no. No, he wasn't British.
Because Ray Bradbury's British, I think.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. No, he's not.
He's not British. I'm thinking of the guy who,
Are you thinking of H.G. Wells?
No, I'm thinking of the guy who wrote the first draft for King Kong. I don't know why I got him mixed up with Ray Bradbury, but I did.
No. They're both.
That guy's
They're both
name?
from America. Because, there's that whole story about Ray Harryhausen going to Grauman's Chinese. And
Right, that's right. I fucked up. I'm sorry, Dylan. Do you forgive me?
I do not.
Fuck. You just witnessed the crash of our friendship on recording.
This show is now canceled. Goodbye.
The show is now cancelled, Colonel Hogan. What do you think of that?
Do not watch anymore, or we will cut off your thumbs.
And you see nothing.
Because they
Schultz just turned that on us.
Because they see through their thumbs.
Yes, Colonel Hogan. We are Germans. We see via our thoughts. That is why we suck on them. To cover up the little eyeballs on the tips of our thumbs.
Okay, Schultz.
Don't question me, Colonel Hogan. Boo!
We will cut off your thumbs and shove them so far up your ass you'll be able to feel your own colon.
And see it, because you have eyeballs on the tip of your thumbs. That'd be horrifying. You'd be able to see your own colon. That's like the worst punishment ever. Like, imagine you go down to hell, right? If hell's a real place. Which I don't believe it is. But if you do think that. Let's say you go down to hell, and the devil's like, alright, what I'm going to do is you were a serial rapist in your life, right? And the guy's like, yeah. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, he's so nonchalant. You were a serial rapist, right? Yeah.
Alright, so you're going to be the rapist, alright? So just get in character, okay?
That won't be hard.
Alright, I'm going to play the devil. Hey man, how's it going? Who are you?
I am the serial rapist.
Alright, I get a lot of those. I don't need to know your name. Alright, so man, I'm going to use them to do. You're a serial rapist, right? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to take your eyeballs, right? And because you're dead already, this won't kill you. I'm going to rip out your eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll still be able to see through them because magic. And I'm going to shove them up your ass.
Oh my.
And the inside of your own ass is what you're going to see for the rest of your life.
Joke's on you, I enjoy anal.
Yeah, but no, you won't be able to see. You'll only be able to see the inside of your own asshole.
What if I want to see?
Come on, that is the worst punishment ever.
I would say the worst punishment ever is strapping somebody to a chair and forcing them to watch The Room for the rest of eternity.
No! Dylan, come on. Alright, two options. Watching The Room or staring into your own asshole for the rest of your life.
I'm not sure what the difference
All
is.
you're looking at is your own shit pipe.
I'm not sure what the difference is.
That was really good. It is the same, I guess.
What if the devil is Tommy Wiseau?
Oh, you want punishment, yeah?
I am tearing you apart, Lisa.
Oh, I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, God.
No, I think a worse punishment was shown in the movie Little Nicky, where every day Hitler gets a pineapple shoved up his ass.
Oh, that was amazing. I enjoyed that movie. I saw it. I think I saw that in theaters.
Did you?
Did.
I did not see it until years later.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing Adam Sandler play a deformed devil. Hello, how you doing? That's how he talked.
I enjoyed seeing him discover Popeye's chicken and decide that it was...
That was such a weird fucking...
And decide that it was fucking awesome. Oh.
That's just fucking awesome.
Popeye's chicken is fucking awesome.
That's the cat's ass.
So here comes Hanukkah.
But anyway, to get back to the point, Dylan and I were having an argument where I think that Dwayne Johnson sounds fucking hilarious in the new Hercules movie. And his voice sounds like this. Guy goes, "Who are you? I am Hercules."
I don't hear that at all. It just sounds to me...
I hear that in strobes.
It just sounds to me like he's yelling, like trying to do sort of a Leonidas from 300 type thing.
But doesn't he sound like he's trying to put on some kind of shitty accent?
I didn't get that from it.
I am Hercules.
Played by Cobra Commander.
He sounds like that dude from fucking, what's his name? Birder. He sounds like Birder from DBZ Abridged.
Maybe you're just, failing to convey what you want me to understand, because to me, the impression that you're doing sounds like Cobra Commander, and to me, he sounds nothing like Cobra Commander.
His voice sounds too high. That's my major point. His voice sounds too high. And too kind of no. His voice sounds too high and too villainy. It almost sounds like he's going through puberty. You don't get that at all in that one line of dialogue?
I don't get that. No, I don't understand.
He doesn't sound like a badass, though. You got to agree.
No, not really.
I am Hercules.
But I don't get what you get from it. I don't know.
I get that from it. I'm also doing a heavily exaggerated version of it.
It doesn't strike me in that fashion.
It struck me in that fashion real good. It struck me right upside the head, it did. I don't know why I said it did at the end of the sentence. I guess I'm becoming British slowly. So, alright, so next we're going to talk about the recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer.
Alright, Michael Caine, let's talk about that.
A long time ago, when I was in Burma, I found a turtle the size of a tangerine.
I think they're a little bigger than that, Michael.
We burnt the forest down.
Where are the other turtles going?
So Dylan, we are going to be discussing the new TMNT trailer.
Wouldn't it be awesome if you were watching the movie and Shredder came out and he sounded like this? I am Shredder.
He's going to be wearing a helmet, so maybe he'll be like that. I was wondering what would break first, your mind or your shell?
What's your plan? To destroy these sewers.
He sounded so... Your impression sounded like he was, Your impression... It sounded like Droopy wearing a Bane mask. It was like...
Are you suggesting that I sound like Droopy the dog? Going down, sir.
I can't hear you. Oh, Bane! Of course!
What a lovely singing voice, man.
So Dylan, the TMNT trailer, what was your take? What was your takeaway?
It looks surprisingly not as bad as I expected.
It does not look like a train wreck, which I did not expect. It looks
like,
okay.
And I'll have to see it to confirm this, it looks like the kind of movie that I won't love, but I might actually be able to enjoy, actually.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't look like the TMNT that I wanted, or the kind that I like to see. But it looks... It doesn't... The thing is, I want to hate it so much.
Right, well everybody's still a little butthurt over the alien thing that
The butter.
the alien thing that they were gonna do,
Right.
which
Right.
they've long abandoned. It's not that way anymore. And
No, it's pretty much.
let me just reassure everybody. I read that version of the script, that first draft. And this, I can tell from the trailer, this is not that at all. I think they might have kept some scenes though, specifically action sequences, because the part where they're going down that snowy like embankment, and one of them crashes into that truck. If I'm not mistaken, that part was in the script that I read.
Yeah.
So they might have kept some of the action scenes and just completely overhauled the story. But
where the fuck could they be where that's happening?
I don't know. See, in the script that I read, it starts out in Casey Jones's hometown, and then they go on the road to New York, and then.
Oh, so it starts out of state.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that could work.
Again, that's the first draft that I read. I don't know. It could be completely different now.
All right, that could totally work. Yeah, all right. My biggest problem with it, my biggest thing that I'm like, oh god, it looks like every other action movie ever coming out today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the music score where it's like, meh, turtles.
Yeah.
Destruction.
Those modern action movie soundtracks that sound like me waking up in the morning.
Yep. Sounds like Skeletor waking up, or Skeletor is a zombie.
I'm not a happy camper.
Brains.
I'm not a happy camper. When I wake up in the morning, people will be like, Dylan, and I'm just like, They're like, hey, Dylan.
Creeper. Fucking Creeper from Scooby-Doo.
They could be all nice about it. Hey, Dylan, lovely morning. We're having. Bring me coffee. Bring it now.
And then you chase them around the fucking hallways, entering the same hallway over and over again, and they play like a fucking 60s pop song behind you. They're
running into doors and then coming out of doors that make absolutely no sense. It's the hallway.
And again, there's a 60s pop song like
Bill couldn't actually think of a 60s pop song.
No, because I remember the episode the Creeper was in, but I don't remember what the song was. Every 60s pop song sounded the same. Everybody was ripping off the Beatles, so everything sounded the same.
Every dog has their day in court, and every 60s pop song has their day on Scooby-Doo.
It's true. It's so true, though. Like, I'm shocked the Beatles didn't have... Well, I guess it's because they were too expensive for Scooby-Doo.
I mean, it is Scooby-fucking-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. Like, it sounds like the song was sang by somebody in the bathroom. Like, there was fucking one of the executives was in a stall, and he just had a tape recorder, and he had the guy next door who was like a major rock star be like, hey, can you sing this quick? Why? Just a test run. Why are you making me do it on the shitter? Because I don't want you to see my face. All right, Scooby-Doo. Oh, Scooby-Doo, where are you?
You see, nowadays, Scooby-Doo could probably afford to put a Beatles song in their stuff.
Oh, totally.
Because it's a cultural phenomenon and has been for a while.
When it first started.
Back in those days, no.
Like, back when Doctor Who was on in, like, the 70s, would you have been able to go up to Timothy Dalton and be like, one day you will play a villain on this? I don't think he would say yes.
I think he might be a little offended.
Maybe.
You think that's where my career is going to end up?
I will not die! That's one of your lines, actually.
You must have wrote it. Or improv'd it. I never realized that.
He was actually responding to somebody be like, Mr. Dalton, your career not really going anywhere. I will not die.
I will not accept lesser scripts. I think if we work on that, we could have a line there.
That could be one. Russell T Davies like that could be one of the best lines in the whole episode. Stop talking so fast.
We're going to give you lots of really overly dramatic dialogue where you sound like you're reading Shakespeare.
Yes.
I'm Timothy.
It could work. Why do you sound like Gene Wilder?
I'm Timothy Dalton. Me ordering McDonald's sounds like Shakespeare.
It does. What'd you think of the designs in action?
Okay, the designs.
I thought they looked alright.
overall, I think they look all right. The CG is a tad on the crappy side.
It looks a little bit like it was. This looks like 2010 CG.
I wonder if they released.
This does not look like post Avengers CG.
You don't think maybe they released a trailer with unfinished CG, do you? It almost.
It's not done yet.
I almost feel like looking at it that this could look better in the movie.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Like it's like Godzilla in the teaser trailer. I mean, that first teaser trailer is unfinished CGI.
It's kind of the same problem I have with the sequel to Amazing Spider-Man. That trailer, I'm like, the CG looks a tad questionable, but
it does, yeah.
But yeah, the CG.
Yeah, it's not finished yet, probably.
The CG looks weird, but again, the designs themselves are fine. My question is, what happened to Mikey?
Oh God! All right. So first things first, Leo looks awesome.
Leo does, yes.
He looks badass. He fucking slams down on that wall like a pimp.
You remember how you came out of Transformers thinking, wow, that wasn't that great, but you know what? Optimus Prime was a total badass. That's the feeling I get from Leo.
Yeah, total. Him and Raph, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
If anything in this movie, if this movie is garbage, all I want is Raph kicking ass.
Saying, damn! Oh.
Damn! Oh, we're totally gonna get that. Because it's a fucking Michael Bay movie, so you're going to get plenty of curse words.
And Donatello's going to be black, and he's not going to do much reading. Anyway.
Oh, God.
That sounds terrible out of context, but if you got...
I still can't believe that actually was a line in Transformers 2. We don't do much reading.
Yeah, we don't do much reading.
That's so racist. Jesus!
Yet Shane Black had to ruin the Mandarin out of fear of being racist.
He didn't ruin the Mandarin. The thing that ruined the Mandarin is not that he's Asian. It's not that he's not Asian. It's that he's not the Mandarin.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. I would have been fine with the Mandarin being Ben Kingsley because he's part Indian and technically that is Asian.
Yeah, it was such a wasted opportunity. But anyway, don't get me started on Iron Man 3.
That's the thing though, is that they had to start compromising who the Mandarin is, and that's where it starts, and then all of a sudden we get all these other ideas, like maybe he's just an actor. That all comes out of a fear of the original Mandarin character being racist, when they could have just had an Asian character and not written him as such.
How is the Mandarin any more racist than the Shredder? Who was also not Asian.
I don't know. The Shredder in the 90s movie said, "I am your father," and I'm like, what?
So Shredder is played by a dude who's not Asian, and he's not Oroku Saki. How the fuck does that make sense?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
And I asked you this in text message. How is he, or why is he not Baxter Stockman? Why would they blow an entirely good opportunity to do Baxter Stockman in live action?
Yeah, either.
And just make the Shredder a scientist. Why not fucking do Baxter Stockman?
Whether it be, the giant fly mutant from the original, or...
No, don't do that. Or, make him a mutant, but have him, do it like the lizard. Why can't he be a giant fly?
Yeah. Why can't the Shredder be a giant fly?
No, not the Shredder. Why can't Baxter Stockman be a giant... why not just do Baxter Stockman as the villain and set up Shredder for a sequel?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because it's changing the character for no reason, where another character makes more sense. We have a character in Turtle lore who fits this place perfectly, and they don't fucking do it.
I like the fact that they're using TGRI. That's a thing.
No, it's not TGRI. It's TCRI.
Is it?
It's like the RoboCop remake. It's not OCP. It's OC.
That's stupid.
Omnicorp.
That's stupid.
It's changing shit for no reason. I like the reference. Though. I like that. Aside from April's father and Shredder creating the Turtles in this continuity, they're pretty much keeping the origin as it was.
Yeah.
Which that's fucking
Maybe
weird.
April's father is Baxter Stockman.
That's what I thought, but there's no way.
Why not?
Because the last name. Unless his name is Baxter O'Neill.
Well, what if he's her father, but that as long as her mother didn't marry him, she doesn't necessarily have to have the same last name.
I suppose, but...
This movie is produced by Nickelodeon.
You see what I'm saying, though, right? In terms of Baxter Stockman, why not do Baxter Stockman rather than make the Shredder a scientist? His costume looks great, though. The little we see of it.
And we see, one shot of the side of the helmet.
It looks pretty badass, though.
Why would you not do a Rokusaki, though?
I don't know, man. He's awesome.
I love that.
The guy who played the Shredder originally was such a pimp.
I love that backstory so much.
Oh, that scene where he fights the Turtles. He's just like, fuck you, I'm the Shredder. Suck my cock.
That scene where he's giving that speech to the Foot Ninjas, too. It's like,
oh God,
I am enigmatic and dangerous, and you will fear me.
I am your father.
Your father. That's the line that has stuck with me. We are your family now. I am your father. Oh wait, is the scientist Shredder, or is that one scene? Is that a image of him walking?
No, he's the Shredder.
Is that an image of him walking?
Because we know that actor is playing the Shredder.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Well, that's dumb.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the scene I'm looking at the shot in the trailer right now, and it looks like he's looking at the costume, but it also looks like he might just be walking up to someone who's in the costume. But but you're telling me that he is the Shredder?
No, if you look up on IMDb, it says that he's playing the Shredder. He's a great actor. I don't know his name, but he's a great actor.
Well, that's dumb.
What's he been? He was in the only thing he's been in that's popping into my mind is Armageddon. He was in Armageddon.
Huh.
But he's a good actor. What else do I want to talk about? To me, it just looks. Here's the big thing.
Teenage
A
Mutant
Ninja Turtles movie to me should not take itself as seriously as something like, I don't know, The Avengers. It's because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out of superhero parody.
Are we gonna touch on what happened to Mikey?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, what the fuck?
I mean,
his face looks like.
It looks like somebody left the iron on his face too long.
Yeah, he looks weird, man. And why do the Ninja Turtles have to have noses?
Well, Leo didn't have a nose, did he?
No. At least not in the shot we saw of him.
I think he might have had like little like reptilian slits.
Well, like slits. Mikey has like, hey, I'm Mikey. How you doing?
Actually, okay, I'm looking at a still of him right now. It looks like he does have the nose holes, but I don't know. For some reason, it doesn't look as pronounced. I think they might all have them, actually.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Leo's all shrouded in darkness, and Mikey's like, hey, April, how you doing? Mikey's line is hysterical.
Yeah.
Where he goes, wait, chill, it's just a mask. See?
Yeah, chill. Yeah. They got the personality of the character. It's just, what happened to his face? Yeah,
well, my whole worry is that the Turtles are not going to be the main characters. I'm worried that it's all going to be about fucking April O'Neil and Will Arnett and fucking Shredder and
I thought
Sam Witwicky and all that shit.
Sam Witwicky. Because I was expecting, and I haven't looked at any of the stuff since I read that that original script. I was thinking they would go like more realistic with them, like I was expecting maybe beaks or something. But no, we get human noses.
Yeah, why not just put the reptilian slits?
I don't know.
It's stupid, man. It's bullshit.
I do not.
There's no truth in this art.
I do not understand this logic.
I don't understand it either.
I like turtles, but I do not like these turtles.
No. Well, just the face to me is the problem.
Yeah, they're ugly.
They look like, I don't know, man. They just don't look right. But do you agree with me that it looks like it's taking itself too seriously, but seriously in the wrong way? It doesn't look dark. Because a Ninja Turtles to me should look dark, like visually. This looks like fucking terrorism.
Right. And I mean, I'll have to watch the movie to actually to get a feeling of exactly what mood they're going for. This is just a trailer, and the way it's cut can affect all that very much. So if the darkest they should go, if it feels like Amazing Spider-Man, that would be okay for me.
That's fine. That's totally fine.
But if it's like,
to me,
if it's the dark,
it should not feel like Chris Nolan's Ninja Turtles.
No, they weren't the turtles we needed, but they were the turtles.
Isn't that what the narration sounds like, though? Where them talking about we needed heroes because our city was falling apart. That's the fucking Dark Knight thing. That is the Dark Knight thing verbatim. Well, not verbatim, but almost. It's the same idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
We need a hero, but these weren't the ones we expected.
Yeah, that is kind of what it is.
How fucked up is that? That you just made that joke, and now it's basically what's in the trailer.
I didn't think of that, but you're kind of right. They do go along those lines. It's
weird, man. I don't know. It just looks like it looks too unstylized. It looks too real. It looks too realistic. Like, to me, a Ninja Turtles movie can be dark, but it's got to be stylized. I mean, they're fucking turtles who walk on two legs. I mean, there is a degree of fantasy here that this trailer does not show.
I like the fact that April's wearing yellow, but where's the jumpsuit, man?
I don't mind that. I don't care.
Give me the jumpsuit, man.
I don't care about that. My whole thing is like, Although Megan Fox is the focal point of the trailer, but she has no lines of dialogue.
Well, because they were afraid that if she opened her stupid mouth, it would scare people away.
Ninja Turtles.
My father was a mechanic.
Oh my god,
Actually, it was.
At that point, the Turtles is killer.
Actually, her father wasn't a mechanic, but he was a brilliant scientist.
Your father was an average mechanic, but he was a brilliant scientist.
But how do we know that Shredder is talking to her when he says "me and your father"?
Because they're in the same room.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just a shot of his face as he said that word, as he said that phrase.
See, here's the thing. I don't mind if Shredder is Here's the thing. The only way they can get away with the Shredder not being Asian to me is if they make him obsessed with Asian culture. Yeah. And that's partially why the Turtles turn into what they are.
Yeah, that could work. Yeah, is Splinter going to be... How are they going to explain Splinter?
He's in the movie. He's been cast. I don't know how the fuck that's supposed to work.
He wasn't the rat we wanted. But he was the...
No, same thing. He's not the rat we wanted, but he's the one we deserve. It's like, what the fuck, man?
It's like, oh, we were actually trying to create a talking mouse to sell to the Disney Corporation.
What did they expect out of this? Did they want giant animals, or did they want mutant people?
Right, were they just experimenting with mutagens and then this accidentally happened? Is that what happened?
I don't know, dude. I'm fine with that, but my whole thing is, like, I just don't like the idea of, like, our world is fucked up. Literally, like, that's always, it's like, our actual world is fucked up, so we need giant turtles to come in and solve our problem.
Crime, pollution, man.
Man!
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Yes, man.
Man would sodomize your turtle if he could. That is why we've taken revenge by making giant turtles.
If this movie doesn't feature Michelangelo putting a lampshade on his head and dancing tequila, I just don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. If that doesn't happen, I'm just not going to know.
That is the reason to watch.
That is what Turtles is to me.
If Michelangelo...
Ninjutsu! Ninjutsu!
The whole reason to watch... Or what's the thing he does in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 that almost makes the movie worth it? Oh yeah, the part where he does the hula.
He puts on the shorts, yeah. I love Mikey. I'm a bigger Raph guy, but...
Oh yeah, I was always a big Raph guy myself, and I was like, if I was Raph, I would hate Leo so much.
Yeah, well, that's what their whole dynamic is. That's the one good thing about TMNT from 2007.
Yeah.
Their dynamic was excellent.
I really liked the idea of Raph becoming a superhero after the team split up.
That was awesome.
That is an idea.
That costume was badass.
That is an idea that needs to get incorporated into more Ninja Turtles continuity.
Riding a fucking motorcycle.
It was pretty insane.
It was pretty awesome. I've always been a big Raph guy. I'm sad that he didn't get any lines of dialogue in this trailer.
Yeah, not even a damn. Not even a damn.
Not one damn.
Michael Bay literally did not give a damn to Raph.
Oh!
See what I did there?
Yeah,
that was almost clever.
You're a clever man.
Kinda.
Welcome to Chicago.
Welcome to the Crown Plaza, Chicago, O'Hare.
Would you like the Ninja Turtles?
No. If I find a giant mutated turtle in my room, I will complain.
No. You can't tell me if we go to that fucking hotel and there are 4 giant turtles playing video games in there. That would not be the greatest moment of your life.
It would, but I think I would be a bit concerned.
What would be your concern? They're clearly friendly. They're playing fucking, They're playing.
It's because everybody who plays video games is completely...
They're players.
Because if they play video games, they must be okay, right? That's the standard by which our society operates now.
You remember those Columbine shooters? Yeah, they play video games. Oh. These turtles are right, though. Look, man, they're wearing masks. They're wearing colorful masks.
It's not like they're trying to replicate the things that they see in their video games, and then we notice they're playing Ninja Gaiden. Oh. What was that? What if that was the explanation for why they wanted to be ninjas? They played Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah. I'd be alright with that.
It would make sense. No, it has to be. Splinter has to initiate it. This is why the Oroku Saki origin works so well. Splinter is from Japan, and he knows
That sounds like the opening of Ninja. Splinter is from Japan.
And he knows martial arts because he's Asian.
And he knows martial arts.
Because he's Asian.
And he found 4 little turtles who were mutated by some moose. And he taught them all how to beat people up.
In the land of the lost.
Land of the lost. I don't know why I chose that as the bass line, but I did. Marshall, Bill, and Holly.
Splinter and the Turtles on a routine
expedition.
Still the greatest mouser ever known.
High on the sewage, in their tiny shells, they plummeted 1,000 feet below.
To the land.
To the land.
Refuse.
Land of the shit. To the land of the lost fiber. Lost fiber, because it's shit.
I get you.
Roar.
We're a couple of regular comedians. See.
Oh, aren't we? We're just fucking rolling in the ha-has.
The ha-has.
We're rolling in them ha-has.
It sounds like a disease. I'm sorry,
Doctor,
ma'am, but
what's wrong with you? He's come down with the ha-has.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm afraid your husband has the ha-has. There is no cure.
No!
There is no cure. Except for an evening with Buzz Killington.
Or listening to any given episode of the Demons from Outer Space.
I keep stealing Family Guy jokes tonight for some reason.
Why?
I don't know.
Hack. Narc.
I've been on sort of a nostalgic Family Guy kick this week.
Really?
It's such a big part of my childhood.
I've been on a nostalgic PS2 game kick.
I realize that. What did you accomplish with your life this week, Bill?
Oh, I'm so excited. I did something I've been wanting to do for years.
You should have done years ago.
I should have done years ago, but my fucking impatient childhood mind couldn't accomplish it. I beat Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
Welcome.
Which is almost a 10-year-old game.
Yes, welcome to the club. Our membership includes most of America.
Fuck you. There's no way most of America hasn't played or beaten Hulk Ultimate Destruction. Liar. There's no truth in this art.
Most of gaming America.
You think so?
Probably.
50-50 split.
And it's a pretty good...
All right, there's a percentage. Which one's the majority? I think it's probably in the minority.
People who have played and beaten... among gamers, people who have played and beaten Hulk Ultimate Destruction, you're saying that that's probably in the minority.
Yeah, how many people have played... Well, you're saying played. Not every gamer in America has played Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
I didn't say everyone. I'm just saying that I'm sure the vast majority of them have probably... It's a very well-known and beloved game. People have played it.
Yeah, but it's not Halo.
Well, no, it's not fucking Halo, but it's a good game. People hear about that shit, and then they check shit.
I so wish there was a way we could test this so I could prove you wrong.
There's a huge crowd out there for open world sandbox games. I mean, look at Grand Theft Auto, and it's Grand Theft Auto with the Hulk.
That's true. I'm not saying it shouldn't be, but I don't think it is. I think you're wrong. I don't think the majority of Americans have played Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
Well, if they haven't, that is a travesty.
It is absolutely a tragedy, but I don't think it's true.
I think if you want citizenship, you should play Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
If you want your green card, you've got to play as the green guy.
Oh, we need to test Andres, see if he's ever played.
Play me off, Paul. Test Andres. Andres, have you played Hulk Ultimate Destruction? See. See.
Holy shit. And I get...
Mucho enjoy.
And I'm the racist one. No.
You are so the racist one.
I'm
the open-minded, understanding one, and you're the closed-minded, hate-filled one.
Okay, every now and then when you do make a race joke, it's way worse than any of my race jokes.
Oh, no, it's not. Bullshit.
It's like, every now and then you say something, and I'm like, whoa, Bill. Dial it down, you Nazi.
You know who I fucking hate?
Who do you fucking hate?
Never mind. They run this country, man.
We run this country. You're not wrong.
They'll send their people after me.
Are you talking about Jews?
What?
Are you talking about Jews?
Kyle.
No, that's one of the stereotypes, is that Jews, like, run everything. That's one of the things that, like...
That was the greatest question in the history of mankind. Are you talking about Jews?
That's what the paranoid anti-Semitics out there believe.
I'm only talking about Jews.
They believe that the Jews, like...
Shut! Watch your mouth! I'm only talking about Jews.
Run the media and everything. And I'm like, guys, just because they're good with money does not mean that they run the media.
I'm just kidding. What am I? Yeah, I'm kidding.
I know that Bill is secretly a fervent anti-Semite.
My last name is Worst.
Like worse than Hitler, worse than...
Worst than Hitler.
Worster
than Hitler.
Worster than Hitler, worster than what's his name? Walt Disney. It amuses me that Walt Disney is an anti-Semite. I don't know why. That piece of information.
Why does that amuse you?
He's this guy.
I am not amused.
He's this guy who's known for being so wholesome. Like, he's one of the examples of humanity that people should strive to be. It's like, oh, it's Walt Disney, one of our great Americans, and he's like, he hates Jews.
That is really fucked up. That, and he was a major misogynist.
Well,
that's okay. Everybody featured in Saving Mr. Banks was a total asshole in real life.
Well, everybody in those days was a misogynist.
Yeah, but like even
we don't deserve.
Well, if you fucking buy the fucking P.L. Travers whore in that movie, she's a bitch and a whore and a slut and a horrible human being in every sense.
Tell me how you really feel.
She is, though. Like, Nicola has done extensive research on her because she was fascinated by her, and she's a horrible human being.
The woman who wrote Mary Poppins, is that who we're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Really? Why is she a horrible human being? Give me examples.
She adopted a kid and then neglected him and then called him a failure.
Did she ever sodomize a hamster?
Not publicly.
Well, then she can't be all that bad.
She also became a lesbian but didn't support gay rights, which makes no fucking sense.
Maybe she was an ashamed lesbian. There are gay people who hate gay people because they're ashamed of their own selves. It's not as common nowadays, but it used to be a major thing.
That's disgusting. Be proud of who you are, man. If Jeff Gordon can be gay, so can you.
This is the Bill Horster quote of the day.
If Jeff Gordon can be gay, so can you.
If Jeff Gordon can do it, anybody can.
You heard that, right, though, that Jeff Gordon came out as gay?
Did he?
Yep.
Huh.
My brother is a big NASCAR guy and also a child, so we had to explain to him what that means.
Ooh. What does it mean that Jeff Gordon is gay? Well,
he likes dicks. He likes dick, Matt.
Well, son.
He likes a lot of dick.
He would rather open the trunk than the hood.
Yeah, I'm happy for him, though, man. He's come out. He's happy. He's being himself now. That's awesome.
He's Jeff Gordon.
I think he may be... I think he's if not the first, he's definitely one of the first NASCAR drivers to come out as gay.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a thing that's ever been done. I don't think.
If so, good for him.
I mean, it doesn't really seem... Yeah, I don't think anybody else has ever done it. I don't know if it was like an ashamed thing or if they just didn't think it was relevant.
Well, think about where NASCAR is aimed at.
I don't know what you could mean, Bill. Are you referring?
I think that there's probably a reason why there aren't many African American NASCAR drivers.
Yeah, but it's a sports thing overall too. Because look at.
No, absolutely, but I'm saying that like.
Look at freaking.
I don't mean this.
Look at freaking.
How to say this delicately? It's not a sport that you would think would be one of the major ones where, and it still isn't. I mean, football and basketball are bigger.
Yeah. Look at football. Look at the like.
I mean, it's like who isn't gay at this point is more of the question.
The outrage that happens when like a football player winds out being gay.
Oh God, we need to stop making. Okay, when it gets to the point where we stop making a big deal out of it, where people stop coming out, that is when we know we've grown as a civilization.
Right. Yeah. That's
when we know that we've grown. And I mean, of course, it takes an incredible amount of bravery to, and I'm not going to say to come out as gay, but I'm going to say to come out as anything against the norm. That's difficult no matter what it is, and I applaud anybody who does it. And at the current moment, that to me is a testament to somebody who's very, very brave.
If you reveal to society that you are in all actuality a frog monster from the planet Clom, then I applaud you, because that is outside of the norm, and it must,
that's pretty outside the box, I must say.
It must have been very hard for you to admit that you were a frog monster from the planet Clom.
I'm assuming that this is not something that you told your high school sweetheart.
Probably not. It's the kind of thing you wait to like drop on them of like the night of the honeymoon.
Yeah, it's like I'm not what you'd call human.
I mean that's pretty bad to wait that long, but I mean it's not the kind of thing you really bring up. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't usually pop up in conversation.
I mean, I have an uncle that didn't even tell my aunt he was bald until the honeymoon, but
what?
He wore a toupee and he was so good at it that nobody knew.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And then after a while, he stopped doing the toupee, and he just had this terrible comb over, and now he just owns it.
Again, bravery. I think people who own it are brave, man.
You have to be brave to be bald, man. It's impressive. I'm so glad I come from a family of luscious full hair.
Likewise, I don't think anybody in my family is bald either.
Male pattern baldness frightens me.
Yeah, it does. I don't care. I don't own it. I just shave my head.
Yeah, but some people can't pull off the shaved head, Bill. Some people have abnormally shaved heads. I saw this guy that shaved his head once, and he looked like a brachiosaurus. And I was like,
wait, what?
He had like this big.
Did he have a giant crest on his head?
Basically, he had this like bump.
That's horrifying.
He had this bump, and I'm like, are you even human?
Are you even human? Do you have an alien piloting your fucking brain that's sticking out of the top of your cranium?
It's kind of the same.
Because that's the reason, right?
It's the same response I have to those like people who wear like the gauges that make them look like elephants. I'm like, are you human?
I am not an animal.
Why do you look like one? That should have been the.
I'm not an animal.
That should have been the retort to that line. I am not an animal. Then why do you look like one?
He turns into an elephant and runs away like fucking Manimal.
What's that other disfigurement movie?
What?
A movie.
Hunchback of Notre Dame?
No, there's a movie where like Cher has a son.
Oh, Mask.
Yeah, that guy was fucking ugly.
Yeah. Was that guy wearing makeup?
I hope so. Jesus.
I'm gonna look this up. I remember that movie. My mom loves that movie.
Jesus Christ, I hope he was wearing a mask. You want to talk about...
That would be ironic, wouldn't it?
Looks like somebody beat him over the head with an ugly stick.
That's so mean. Oh, come on, man.
God left his face in the oven too long.
Alright, all the movies coming up is the Jim Carrey movie. There we go.
Of course. That's why I can never think of it, because when I think of the word mask, I immediately go to Jim Carrey and green face.
Cher looks like she's got that fucking disease.
That fucking disease.
She's horrifying, man.
That's interesting, because when I typed mask into Google, it's the first thing that came up.
Oh, I've typed in The Mask, that's why.
It's just Mask. 1985 is the year. 1 year after Terminator.
Sam Elliott! Yeah, I'm on this here movie about a kid with disfigurement. What? Man with disfigurement.
Okay, it's makeup.
I'm sure it is.
Thank God.
What if he looked like that, Dylan? What would he do? What would that do to you?
It would make me sad for humanity. That some poor bastard has to walk around his entire life.
That guy gets a lot of pussy in the movie, though.
Looking that way. How? Can you explain to me how? Oh, somebody on the internet is right. He does look like Harry Knowles. Anyway, can you tell me how this happens? How does that happen?
See, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, oh God.
Right. See, now you understand my adverse, possibly offensive reaction. Just stare at it for a
Listen,
while.
if you, if you have this ailment, you are as much of a person as I am. Come on, dude.
You have all.
The fuck?
You have all the rights that I have. Just keep your distance.
You just happen to be ugly as sin.
Keep your distance. And I know that there are people with, like...
Oh my god, that is so fucking mean. Oh god.
There are people with these sorts of disfigurements, but I think this movie might be exaggerating a little bit because I've never seen anybody that bad. What is this disease called?
I'm looking it up.
I'm going to find out what the disease is.
Sweet merciful Christ.
I'm going to find out what the disease is.
If you have it, you have all the rights I do, but keep your fucking distance.
Keep your distance.
Ooh, Peter Bogdanovich.
1979, Azusa, California. Rocky Dennis, played by Eric Stoltz, who suffers from a skull deformity.
Oh, God. Okay. Oh, cranial. Craniodiaphyseal dysplasia.
Oh, I've heard of that before. That,
An extremely rare disorder known commonly as Lionitis due to the disfiguring cranial enlargement that it causes. Mask won the Academy Award for Best Makeup, while Cher and Stoltz received Golden Globe nominations for their performances.
Oh! Type it into Google. It's not an exaggeration.
No, I'm not typing that into Google Images because I know I'm going to be horrified by it.
The movie is not exaggerating. Oh. Oh.
Your reaction is all I need to know.
Oh. This is why adoption exists. Because if I had one of these, I would not keep it. Ah.
Lionitis. All right, I'm going to look this up.
Lionitis. I'm going to look that up, too. I just typed in cardiodiaphyseal dysplasia.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Yeah.
Again, these young people...
These poor, poor people.
Are wonderful human beings, I am sure.
Well, I don't know. I've never met one. I could meet one once, and they wind up being an asshole.
I am sure they are beautiful, beautiful human beings, and a testament to the beauty that humanity can have. That being said...
That is an interesting choice of words.
Jesus fuck!
Oh my god.
Oh!
I should not look at a human being and be reminded of the movie Matango. That should not be a thing that happens. Look at this.
Oh my! Oh my!
Oh, I really hope we don't have any listeners with Lionitis.
I really hope not. If so, again, you're a beautiful. Oh.
I'm trying my best not to make this sound.
Oh! Oh my god, these poor fucks.
Okay, listen. If you're a person with Lionitis, let me just say this. At least you don't have elephantitis.
You are a beautiful... I can't... Oh, this is so offensive right now, I can tell.
What if you had Lionitis and elephantitis?
Ugh. Elephantitis is worse, though, because you can't, like, that actually affects, like... I mean, so does this. Like, in the movie, he dies young, but...
Yeah, there was this guy on TV that had suffered from some elephantitis, and he had a 600-pound scrotum.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Carried it around in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they removed it, but he died soon afterwards.
No, it wasn't that soon, actually. He lived for a while afterwards. They removed it.
Yeah, like a year.
They removed it. He had a wonderful life for a year, and that's better than having a shitty life.
Yeah, but I imagine it's kind of like a Bruce Banner Hulk thing. Once they're separated, they start to have problems. The testicle went on a rampage through the fucking Arizona desert.
Still.
And the guy got married, but he had a heart attack, and he had to be reunited with the testicle.
Well, what would have been better? Or what would have been worse? Having it removed and then dying a year later, or keeping it and living 30 years of sheer hell?
Oh, having it removed and dying a year later, hands down, but still, what is this?
It's something to lift your spirits.
The Squirrel Council of American Nature Sport. Help prevent elephantitis of the nuts. That's amazing.
That squirrel is adorable.
That helped me. That helped me out a lot, man. I appreciate that.
Normally,
you gave me those feels, bro. I haven't those feels!
Normally I despise squirrels, but this one...
Yeah, this one is an exceptional member of the squirrel community.
This squirrel is a great human being.
Unlike spiders. We're terrible human beings.
Spiders are terrible human beings. Apparently.
It's common fact. Everybody knows this. This is just common knowledge.
Everyone knows that spiders are A, human beings, and B, are terrible.
Horrible at it. They're terrible at being human beings. Which I suppose is true.
That is true, actually.
If a spider is pretending to be human, that's just not going to go well.
You have amended this statement in a way which actually makes it true. Good job, sir.
I appreciate that, Dylan. That really lifts my spirits, man.
You know what, spiders?
I feel like the masked kid after he's gotten a girlfriend.
You know what spider actually?
Yeah, Mom, I did it. That's my impression of him. That sounds really mean.
You know one example of a Spider-Man that works well.
Of a Spider-Man that works well. I wonder.
As in a human being who manages to balance being a spider, but also being a good human being.
I'm going to assume that you're not talking about the movie Earth versus the Spider.
No, I am referring to the son of Richard Parker.
Oh, the son of Richard Parker! Oh, ho, ho.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Or Spider-Tiger.
Spider-Tiger. I will ride the Spider-Tiger across the landscape. It will save people. As a Spider-Tiger and Spider-Man.
Oh, things that the listeners don't know about.
Oh, God. You fucking listeners, man. You gotta catch up.
You listeners are never there for the good shit.
You're never here. Why aren't you here?
I mean...
You're always late.
Good shit happens occasionally on recording, but the ratio is way off.
Oh, it's horrible. We really need to be better about when we come up with good material.
I don't know, man. I don't know if being on the air just gives you too much pressure or what. But none of our good ideas come during recording.
It should like the Baba Ganoush thing. Oh, can you imagine if that would have been on recording? That would have been the greatest podcast ever.
It would have, and everyone would know what we talk about when we speak of Richard Parker, and
the Spider-Tiger.
And the Spider-Tiger.
And the riding him across the landscape.
And how Baba Ganoush traveled across the land preaching the gospel of Baba Ganoush.
You will hail to Baba Ganoush.
Baba Ganoush. How by the end of it, Baba Ganoush ceased to be an Indian guy who worked at
Here's a name was a Baba Ganoush. He worked at the Indian place.
He started off as an Indian guy working at, shockingly enough, tech support, and turned into a deity by the end of the film.
Pretty much. He started off as your average, everyday Indian tech provider and transformed into Rafter Jesus level deity.
He had this crazy in-between period where he was babbling about spider tigers.
Yeah, he was talking about spider tigers and Richard Parker. But then, he was a god. Thor sucked his dick. It happened. We were there. It was horrible.
We were there. We witnessed Kristen.
We were hanging with hobbits, and we were watching Baba Ganoush get his cock sucked by Thor.
We question our social life.
Sometimes, every now and then, Dylan and I look at each other and go, you think we should be doing something more constructive all the time? We're like, nah.
Constructive. Fuck that.
Bitch, please.
But, yeah.
Those hobbits, man, they get fucked up.
Them fucking... You thought they were all cute and innocent.
Yeah, oh God, man. They get drunk and high and stoned. It's horrible. And I don't mean stoned by high. That would have been redundant. I mean stoned by they start stoning people.
There is a reasonably long scene in Lord of the Rings in which Bilbo and Gandalf smoke quote, the finest weed in the South something.
Bilbo, you might want to try this. It's pretty fucking awesome. Oh, yes, that's good stuff.
Because he sounds like that.
Yes, he does. He sounds like this. Bilbo?
Bilbo just sounds like you.
Bilbo! The greatest little hobbit ever known. You ever hear that song?
No.
Oh, you don't know about this?
I have not seen this. I have not heard about this.
I am literally about to rock your world. So for a moment, back in the 60s, Leonard Nimoy was hotter than the cat's pajamas.
Wait a minute. Yeah, this is the song that Leonard Nimoy sang about hobbits. Or Bilbo in particular.
Bilbo.
Okay, yeah, I have heard about this, actually.
Okay, I was like, otherwise I'm about to rock your world.
Yeah, I forgot about it, but I have heard of it.
Why the fuck he's on a beach, I have no idea when he's singing that shit.
It makes about as much sense as William Shatner singing Rocket Man.
It makes about as much sense as naming a pet tiger Richard Parker.
I explained this to you. He did that because he wanted his Richard Parker's son.
He wanted the son of Richard Parker to become Spider Tiger.
He wanted the son of Richard Parker to be bitten by a radioactive spider and become Spider Tiger, who does whatever a Spider Tiger does.
Spider Tiger, Jesus Spider Tiger, does whatever the Spider Tiger does. Can he swing from a web? Yes, he can. He is the Spider Tiger. Watch out! Here comes the Spider Tiger. I mean, Baba Ganoush! When
did this turn into Baba Ganoush?
The Baba Ganoush Hour. That's a podcast, man. The Baba Ganoush Hour.
Would I watch it? You bet your sweet ass I would.
Your sweet ass. You bet your ass, honey, I'd watch that shit. I'd watch that shit like Baba Ganoush getting his cock sucked by Thor. And that's to say a lot. What?
What?
Was that too much for you, Dylan?
What?
Never mind.
Sorry, I got distracted.
As usual. No, I think that's
Yeah, I'm
anyway.
I'm out of Richard Parker to talk about.
I think I'm out of Richard Parker stuff too, and Baba Ganoush is done. So
I mean,
I think that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Demons from Outer Space. As always,
we talked about TMNT. We teased them with minor details regarding our big project. We
talked about.
We offended a great many people.
This episode was really offensive.
It really was.
About like lionitis and spiders were offended.
I'm so sorry, people with lionitis.
I'm sorry you're hideous, but
I'm almost ashamed.
Listen, I'm sorry you people look like freaks, but
Bill obviously is not almost ashamed.
I apologize.
I'm so happy that
you know we have so many lionitis inflicted listeners.
It's sad when I'm the less offensive one.
Fuck you. Dylan, as always, we should direct them to go like the Sons of Sarazawa Network homepage on Facebook.
Yes, go join Toho Nation. I know I did.
Join Toho Nation for reasons.
For reasons. You can communicate with people, you know, get out there.
Of a particular fancy.
You can go out there and socialize, you know, and quit being such sad, pathetic fucks. So.
Fuck. Tell them how you really feel.
So, you know, go out there and do that.
Also, I don't say this ever, but be sure to fucking follow me on Twitter, because I've got, like, no followers. And I want your followship. The followship of the Bill.
No. As much as I hate shooting down your hopes and dreams, who am I kidding? I love it. No.
Shut the fuck up, Dylan. No one likes you.
Well, somebody's going to G-Fest with me.
Anyway, so be sure to subscribe to SuperDam64 for the ongoing, as in he does it whenever the fuck he wants, series Kaiju Spotlight.
Oh yeah, it's been a while. I should probably do another one of those.
Probably.
I literally had not thought of that until just now.
Dylan, I have a proposition for you.
What is it?
I have a proposition of, you know, everybody's been requesting you to do Kaiju on Kaiju Spotlight, and I have not requested one. I have a request.
Please tell me your request so that I may...
And I want to request it on recording so that way you are bound by it.
Please tell me your request so that I may promptly ignore it.
No, you're going to fucking do this one. I demand that you do a video about Yongari.
Original or remake?
Both. With the same monster. Cover the history.
The history.
How. Well, also where the name came from, because the name is the most interesting part of the whole clusterfuck.
Right, yeah. I will take this into careful consideration.
And I will discuss it with myself in the shower.
Yes.
Is that where you do all your heavy thinking?
Yes, actually. How'd you know?
You have schizophrenic fucking conversations with yourself in the shower.
Doesn't everybody?
Bill's a genius.
Doesn't everybody have schizophrenic conversations with themselves in the shower?
Everybody just steps away.
In between all that inane, horribly done singing?
Don't look at me like I'm weird.
Bill knows all about inane, horribly done singing.
It's true. I have a whole series about that now.
Yeah.
Go watch Bad Capella.
I didn't watch it because I figured, you singing badly, I get enough of that on DFOS.
It's true. Anyway, so until next time, I'm Bill Worcester.
And I'm Super DM64. And I hope you don't have elephantitis.
I really hope you don't have elephantitis, lionitis, or that you're a spider. Or a spider tiger.
Any other disease which combines the name of an animal with the word itis, because that just never seems to be a good thing.
It turns out well. But anyway, until next time, them Germans, they be fucked up. And we proved that in this episode.
Because we are German, and we're fucked up.
It's true. Bye, everyone.